Let's carry on with the brief and talk about divestment. Now, the DOJ does not even attempt to hide the ball and acknowledges that the act requires TikTok to divest from its Chinese ownership, and further acknowledges that if this divestment does not happen, that mobile app stores will be forbidden from providing the services necessary for TikTok to be used in the United States. The brief then doubles down on this, stating that the act is the, quote, considered judgment of the government that nothing short of severing the ties between TikTok and China could suffice to mitigate the national security threats posed by the application. Side note. We love a side note in these series. There is at least a passing reference in the brief at this point that does state that the president has the authority to require other apps to divest from other foreign adversaries as well. It's clear the DOJ does not believe that incredible amount of weight is going to be put on this by the courts, but as TikTok and ByteDance did bring that argument up in their brief, there is somewhat of a response here as well. The brief also addresses TikTok's claim that divestment creates impermissible burdens on First Amendment protections. The DOJ responds that this argument completely disregards the government's authority to determine that those, quote, incidental burdens, end quote, are justified by a compelling national security interest. We also get some more historical background. The DOJ states that these grave national security concerns were discussed for years between the U.S. government and ByteDance to try and find a common ground where some of the threats posed by TikTok could be essentially dealt with by agreement. This engagement involved both classified and unclassified hearings and briefings, as well as direct negotiations. In the end, the DOJ states that no satisfactory agreement could be reached, and thus Congress decided that a legislative action, aka the act, was warranted. So, while TikTok may claim that these threats are unsupported and illusory, the DOJ argues, and I quote, the serious national security threat posed by TikTok is real, as evidenced by the public record and confirmed by classified information supplied by the intelligence community.